Welcome back to the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I'm your host, Sierra Dizer, a luxury travel advisor dedicated to helping make your travel dreams a reality. And today we're going to be talking about Japan cruises and why exploring Japan by sea might actually be the most magical way to experience the country. Imagine standing on the deck of your cruise ship as Mount Fuji emerges from the morning mist. Cherry blossoms drift through the air. Ancient temples sit quietly among forested hillsides. And in one direction, you'll find centuries-old traditions that have shaped Japan for generations. Then, in the other, you'll spot dazzling cities that pulse with innovation, technology, and energy unlike anywhere else in the world. Japan is a destination that captivates you long before you arrive and often stays with you long after you return home. Yet, despite its popularity, Japan can feel intimidating to plan independently. There are language barriers, complex transportation systems, multiple islands, and an overwhelming number of must-see destinations that can leave you wondering where to begin. And that's one of the reasons that a Japan cruise has become one of the fastest growing travel trends in recent years. A cruise allows you to experience the incredible diversity of Japan while enjoying the comfort, convenience, and luxury of only having to unpack once. And in 2027, travelers will have more opportunities than ever before to discover this extraordinary destination by sea. So I do think that a cruise is one of the best ways to experience Japan. And unlike many destinations where a single city serves as the main attraction, Japan is a collection of remarkably different regions, each with its own personality, traditions, cuisine, and landscapes. Tokyo dazzles its visitors with neon lights and futuristic technology, while Kyoto transports you back centuries with historic temples, geisha districts, and peaceful gardens. Hokkaido showcases rugged natural beauty, and Okinawa offers tropical beaches and island culture. Then you have Hiroshima, which provides powerful historical reflection. And trying to experience all of these regions independently often requires multiple flights, train transfers, hotels, and logistics. A cruise transforms that complexity into a seamless journey because you get to wake up each morning in a new destination while your floating hotel travels with you. But Japan is unlike any other cruise destination. Japan occupies a category entirely its own in the world of travel. It is simultaneously one of the most ancient and one of the most futuristic societies on Earth. It's a place where a 1,000-year-old Shinto shrine sits a 5-minute walk from a gleaming skyscraper, where centuries-old tea ceremony etiquette coexists with vending machines that dispense hot ramen at midnight. And for cruisers, this contrast can be endlessly captivating because every port delivers something genuinely different. The cultural depth here is extraordinary. Japan is a society built on craftsmanship, ritual, and a profound respect for both nature and tradition. Shore days have a different texture than in Europe or the Caribbean because you're not just sightseeing. You're observing a living culture that has refined its art, its food, its architecture, and hospitality over millennia. And Japanese hospitality is legendary. It's an instinctive, anticipatory attentiveness to guests that permeates everything from a tiny ramen shop to a grand ryokan inn, and experiencing it, even briefly in port, stays with you long after you've sailed home. And sometimes I think that food alone is a reason to make the trip. Japan has more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other country in the world, and even its most humble street food, like a bowl of ramen, freshly grilled yakitori, or a piece of market-fresh sushi, achieves a level of quality that can genuinely recalibrate your expectations. Many cruise lines have recognized this and built culinary programming around Japanese culture and cuisine both on board and on shore. And one of the things that travelers often love most about Japan is the incredible contrast between old and new. In a single day, you can find yourself exploring a 1,000-year-old shrine before riding one of the world's most advanced bullet trains. You may have the opportunity to participate in a traditional tea ceremony in the morning and then dine in a futuristic cityscape that same evening. Japan's deep respect for tradition remains visible throughout everyday life. Visitors encounter beautifully maintained temples, meticulously landscaped gardens, centuries-old festivals, and cultural customs that continue to thrive in the modern world. A cruise offers countless opportunities to experience these traditions through guided excursions, cultural performances, and immersive local experiences. For many travelers, Japan becomes one of the most memorable culinary destinations that they have ever visited. Of course, there's sushi, but Japan's cuisine extends far beyond what most travelers expect. Depending on your itinerary, you may have the chance to sample fresh seafood from local fish markets, authentic ramen prepared using regional recipes, Wagyu beef, tempura, sake tastings, street food specialties, and traditional kasakaki dining experiences. Each region of Japan offers unique flavors and culinary traditions, which makes food an important part of the journey itself. And then we have Japan's famous cherry blossom season, which is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for most travelers. There are few experiences that inspire as much excitement as Japan's cherry blossom season. For a very brief window each spring, delicate pink blossoms transform parks, castles, riversides, and city streets into scenes that almost feel dreamlike. Families gather beneath the trees for hanami picnics, photographers capture breathtaking landscapes, and visitors travel from around the world to witness this fleeting natural phenomenon. For many travelers, seeing Japan during cherry blossom season is a true bucket list experience. But I've also found that autumn can be Japan's best kept secret. So while the cherry blossoms often receive the spotlight, many experienced travelers consider the fall to be Japan's most beautiful season. Brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold blanket the mountains, gardens, and historic temples. The weather's comfortable, crowds are often smaller, and the scenery is absolutely spectacular. An autumn Japan cruise offers the opportunity to witness some of the country's most dramatic landscapes while enjoying ideal sightseeing conditions. So who should consider a Japan cruise? I found that Japan cruises are especially well suited for first-time visitors to Japan, luxury travelers who are looking for convenience, food and wine enthusiasts, history and culture lovers, river or ocean cruisers who are looking to visit a new destination, travelers interested in UNESCO World Heritage sites, couples who are celebrating special occasions, retirees who have longer travel timelines, and multi-generational travelers who are looking for a unique family experience. Because cruises combine transportation, accommodations, dining, and sightseeing opportunities. They provide an exceptional value while also reducing many of the planning challenges that can be associated with visiting Japan independently. But in all honesty, not all Japan cruises are created equal. Some focus primarily on Japan itself, while others combine Japan with South Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, or even other destinations throughout Asia. Some cruise lines prioritize cultural immersion, while others focus on luxury experiences, culinary exploration, or longer voyages. And as your travel advisor, I'm here to help you determine which itinerary, which cruise line, which season, and even which ship best aligns with your travel goals. The right itinerary can dramatically enhance your experience and ensure that your journey reflects your interest, your travel style, and any priorities you have for your travels. But Japan is more than a vacation. Japan is not simply a destination that you visit, but it's a destination that you experience. It's the quiet serenity of a temple garden, the excitement of a local festival, that first glimpse of Mount Fuji, the taste of freshly prepared sushi, the warmth of Japanese hospitality, and the feeling of discovering a culture that's unlike any other in the world. A Japan cruise offers the opportunity to experience all of this while traveling in comfort and style. And for many travelers, it will become one of the most memorable journeys of their lives. In Japan, you can explore iconic destinations and UNESCO World Heritage sites. A Japanese cruise can explore legendary sites that are steeped in history and natural beauty, including Mount Fuji, which is Japan's symbol that you can admire from iconic vantage points such as Lake Ashi and Tongandai. Then you have Kyoto, where you can wander ancient temples, sacred shrines, and meticulously crafted gardens, and the Nijo Castle. In the Haruji area, you can see some of the world's oldest Buddhist monuments, and the historic villages of Shirakawa-go and Gokuyama experience traditional rural Japan, complete with thatched roof houses. There's also the Hiroshima Peace Memorial, where you can reflect on poignant history at this UNESCO recognized site, or the Himeji Castle, where you can explore one of Japan's most spectacular and well-preserved castles. But expanding beyond Japan, many cruise itineraries will head to vibrant ports in Southeast Asia, such as Halong Bay, Hanoi, and ancient Ayutthaya, which gives cruises unmatched diversity spanning culture, nature, and urban excitement. So, what can you really expect ashore? And I found that one of the greatest gifts of a Japan cruise is the sheer variety of experiences that are packed into a single voyage. So we'll take a closer look at the ports that you're most likely to encounter and discover what makes each one worth every moment ashore. So Tokyo or Yokohama, which is where most Japan cruises embark or disembark from. Yokohama is just 30 minutes from central Tokyo by train, which makes it ideal for a pre- or post-cruise stay. Tokyo is one of the world's greatest cities. It's endlessly layered, relentlessly alive, and surprisingly easy to navigate. Hidden behind Tokyo's futuristic skyline and contemporary architecture are ancient temples and shrines, which are some of the most serene places imaginable in the middle of a metropolis of 14 million people. Don't miss the fish market experience, the neon spectacle at dusk, or a bullet train day trip to Nikko or Kamakura if your schedule allows. Then we have Shimizu, which is perfect if you're visiting Mount Fuji and the Wachau Valley. Shimizu is a scenic port known for its iconic views of Mount Fuji, and on a clear day, the site of Japan's sacred volcano rising above the tea fields in Lake Ashi is genuinely breathtaking. Hakone, which is the region's spa and hot spring resort town, is also an easy excursion from here, and a perfect introduction to the Japanese onsen tradition. Then we have Osaka and Kobe for Kyoto. And this is arguably the most coveted port of call on any Japan cruise itinerary. Ships docking at Kobe put you about 40 minutes from Osaka by car and close to Kyoto by train, which is just 30 minutes from Osaka, and means that you can realistically reach one of the most culturally rich cities on Earth within an hour of stepping off of the gangway. Kyoto captures the timeless spirit of Japan with its ancient temples, tranquil gardens, and exquisite cultural experiences. Shore excursions typically include the otherworldly bamboo forest, UNESCO-listed Tenryū Temple, the thousands of vibrant red torii gates at Fushimi Inari Shrine, and the geisha district of Gion. Kyoto is one of those rare places that genuinely lives up to its reputation. So if you can, give it every hour that you have. Then we have Hiroshima and Miyajima Island. Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park and Museum sit in the center of the city, and the museum deserves more time than most cruise passengers give it. Try to plan for at least 90 minutes inside. The experience is profoundly moving and important. But Hiroshima today is also a vibrant, forward-looking city with excellent food. It's the home of a distinct layered style of okonomiyaki and genuine warmth. Shore excursions from Hiroshima often include side trips to Miyajima Island, where you can see the Itsukima Shrine and its iconic floating torii gate, which is one of the most photographed images in all of Japan. And of course, it's even more stunning in person. Then we have Nagasaki, which is often overlooked in favor of Hiroshima. Nagasaki is one of Japan's most historically layered cities. It's a place where Portuguese traders, Dutch merchants, Chinese immigrants, and Western missionaries all left their mark over centuries of carefully managed foreign contact. The Peace Memorial here is equally powerful, and the city's hillside Portuguese-era neighborhoods and harbor views are among the loveliest in Japan. Then there's Kanazawa, which is a port call that rewards you if you're willing to go beyond the obvious. Kanazawa is most popular for its Kenroku Garden, which is considered one of Japan's 3 most beautiful, and the city also holds a rich arts and crafts scene and well-preserved samurai and geisha residences. It has a feel of a Kyoto, but without the crowds, and many seasoned Japan travelers consider it to be one of the country's best-kept secrets. Then lastly, we have Aomori, which is the gateway to Japan's wild, rugged northern region. Aomori is best known as the home of the Nebuta Festival, which is one of the most dramatic matsuri in the country, featuring enormous illuminated floats and powerful taiko drumming. Princess Cruises offers late-night Mora Shore, which calls in Aomori and allows you to experience the festival atmosphere in a way that no daytime port could replicate. So if you can time your journey to capture Japan's most iconic seasonal wonders, late March through April is most popular for cherry blossoms, when the parks and cities are filled with blooms. Wandering under delicate petals near castles and parks is truly magical. July and August coincide with Japan's peak summer festival season, which features lively celebrations and cultural events. Then October through November is ideal for fall cruising with cooler temperatures and vibrant autumn foliage coloring the landscapes across the country as mountains and gardens transform into glowing landscapes. In addition to nature's beauty, you can enjoy immersive local festivals like the electrifying Aomori Nebuta Festival, famous for those elaborate glowing floats and energetic traditional dance. 2027 will also mark the first ever visit by a cruise ship to the colorful Osaka Bon Odori Festival, which adds authentic cultural celebrations to select itineraries that simply cannot be experienced any other way. So if festival season is a priority for you, be sure to let your travel advisor know early, because sailings that are aligned with the major Matsuri tend to book out well in advance. But it is important to choose the right cruise line for Japan, because Japan is now served by a wide range of cruise lines, and that also means that the right choice depends significantly on your travel style, your budget, and what you want most from your experience. So for mainstream and first-time Japan cruisers, Princess Cruises tends to remain the gold standard for North American travelers, with the most Japan-specific programming, Japanese-built ships, and the deepest itinerary variety of any line in the region. Royal Caribbean can also be an excellent choice for families by combining active onboard entertainment with exciting shore adventures from Tokyo to Okinawa. Holland America also offers longer, more immersive voyages, placing an emphasis on enrichment programming and elegant onboard dining, which is ideal for travelers who want depth over pace. Then for premium cruisers, I've found that Celebrity Cruises delivers a modern, design-forward ship experience with curated cultural programming and strong culinary offerings. Azamara distinguishes itself through its port-intensive philosophy, with longer stays and more overnight calls that give you genuine time to absorb each destination rather than just skim it. And then for my luxury and ultra-luxury travelers, Silversea, Seabourn, and Regent Seven Seas all offer smaller ship Japan voyages with more immersive port lineups, reaching harbors that the larger ships simply cannot access. Seabourn prides itself on ultra-luxury experiences aboard small, all-suite ships with a guest-to-staff ratio that ensures personalized attention at every turn. The intimate side of its ships allows for access to smaller ports and exclusive destinations. Oceania Cruises, meanwhile, can be the choice for travelers whose primary passion is food. Oceania's culinary reputation is unmatched in the premium luxury space, and pairing that with Japan's extraordinary food culture makes for a particularly inspired combination. Some of the boutique and small ship operators like Windstar, Penant, and Crystal Cruises also reveal Japan's hidden harbors, smaller coastal towns, and island ports that don't typically appear on mainstream itineraries, and offer you an extraordinarily intimate window into everyday Japanese life. So I do have a few practical tips for your Japan cruise. Starting first off with when to book. Japan cruises are currently among the fastest selling itineraries in the world. Cherry blossom sailings, which is that March through April, and the Christmas market style winter departures book out a year or more in advance. So if you have a specific sailing or season in mind, now is the time to act, not in 6 months. As I mentioned, the best time can actually be late winter like February, or early autumn in September. Will carry lower rates and still give you beautiful weather, but thinner crowds than a peak spring or fall season. February in Japan can actually be magical because plum blossoms begin before the cherry season, and many of the most famous sites are uncrowded. If you're cruising, please don't miss out on a pre or post cruise stay. Japan rewards extra time, and if Japan is the first or last stop on your cruise, an extension will allow you to visit the classic highlights in Kyoto, Tokyo, and Osaka, or a longer stay can give you time to explore nearby towns like Hakone or even rural villages for a more traditional experience. Given the flight investment to reach Japan, adding even 3 or 4 nights before or after your cruise can transform your trip entirely. As far as getting around in port, Japan's public transportation system is exceptional. It's clean, it's punctual, and surprisingly easy to navigate, even without Japanese language skills. In Osaka, you can walk from the cruise terminal to the nearest subway station in just 5 minutes. And from there, you can access the whole city or even go further to reach Kyoto, Kobe, or Nara in less than an hour. That said, for first-time visitors, a guided shore excursion may add invaluable context for you, so you have a knowledgeable local guide to turn your sightseeing into genuine understanding. As far as what to pack, Japan is a country where presentation matters. And while dress codes are typically relaxed for tourists, there are a few considerations that will go a long way. Slip-on shoes are essential. You'll remove your footwear constantly at places like temples, traditional restaurants, and the ryokan inns. Bring a light packable layer for air-conditioned spaces because Japanese air conditioning can be, let's say, enthusiastic year-round. And a small day pack, portable Wi-Fi device, or local SIM card, as well as a supply of yen in cash are all practical necessities. Because Japan actually remains far more cash reliant than most developed countries, and many smaller establishments don't accept credit cards. Modest clothing for temple visits is also appreciated, and a simple folding fan may be practical and culturally fitting in the summer. Most Japan cruise itineraries will be priced in US dollars for North American travelers, and the ships can help you handle any currency exchange that you need. However, I do recommend that you be aware that the yen is essential for markets, street food, and independent exploration ashore. If you're looking for an ATM in Japan, the 7-Eleven convenience stores typically are most reliable to accept foreign cards. So if you're ready to start planning your unforgettable Japan cruise, 2027 may be the perfect time to uncover the timeless traditions and vibrant modern marvels of Japan and even its neighbors, all while you enjoy the finest comforts and personalized service at sea. From breathtaking UNESCO World Heritage sites and seasonal festivals, to exquisite dining and the deep satisfaction of waking up somewhere entirely new each morning, your Japan cruise will be a wondrous and genuinely transformative blend of culture, nature, and luxury. And as your travel advisor, I can match you with the right cruise line, the right itinerary, and the right season to make your Japan cruise exactly what you're dreaming of. So if you're ready to explore Japan by sea, visit dreamworthydestinations.com to schedule a complimentary consultation, and we'll work together to find the best cruise tailored to your travel style and desire.
Thank you for embarking on yet another enchanting journey with me on the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I hope today's episode sparked your wanderlust and drew your travel dreams a little bit closer to reality. If my travel tales have inspired you today, please don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to me, and so do your reviews. Please share your thoughts and let me know what adventures you're dreaming about next. You can also dive deeper into the world of unparalleled luxury travel by joining my community on social media. Please join my Facebook group, Dreamworthy Destinations, so you never miss an update or a travel tip from the trails that we wander. If you're ready to make your travel dreams come true, you can also schedule a complimentary consultation with me to start planning your next unforgettable getaway. You can visit dreamworthydestinations.com to book your session today. A big heartfelt thank you to each and every one of our listeners. Your passion for exploration keeps Dreamworthy Destinations alive and thriving. Because of you, I continue my mission to turn travel dreams into breathtaking realities. Until our paths cross again, remember, imagine, explore, indulge. May your week unfold with the promise of adventures waiting just beyond the horizon. Keep dreaming and keep exploring, fellow wanderers.